Well, I'm down here in my man cave and doing a little follow-up on the reveal video I had on the Husqvarna 572xp and why I bought it, and and just kind of go over it a little bit here some. We'll have another video where I actually go out and use it in the wood. But I'd said in another video that this Husqvarna 545 would be the last chainsaw I'd ever buy. Well, this 572xp is the next chainsaw I'll ever buy. So anyway, so what precipitated me to buy this saw is a couple things. It's a 70 point, I think it's 70.6 cc's, and I got a Poland 245A here that's 70 something cc's, and then I got a McCulloch 700 that's 70 something cc's. This one's got a 24-inch bar on it. This one's got a 20-inch bar, and then I've got around here somewhere a Poland 330 with a 22-inch bar on it. But we have these oak trees and big ash trees that fall on our property, and they're huge in diameter. And I wanted a saw that we could reach across those things with. And I have an Echo 620 PW with the full wrap handle, and it's got a 24-inch bar. It does a wonderful job. Do I need this saw right here? Probably not. But, you know, this is kind of a hobby of mine. While we need chainsaws for firewood and these trees that fall on our property, you know, they fall in the edge of our pastures and then across some of the roads where we get in and out. And we just need a saw that we can cut those things up and get them out of the way, even if we don't use them for firewood. And so I had considered the 372xp. The more I read about these things, obviously, when I bought my first Husqvarna here a while back, the 435, I thought that would be the only Husqvarna I'd buy. And then I started reading, as I do, and all about these Husqvarna chainsaws, because I never really owned any. I've owned Steel and McCulloch and Poland and Homelight, and either owned or that's what I've used, you know, since I was a teenager. And but I know that back when I was younger, Husqvarna was a strong contender back in those days. They were coming on the scene. Steel made it to the arena first and kind of displaced Homelight and McCulloch, and then Husqvarna started coming in, and it was kind of a Ford Chevrolet thing, as I've mentioned in other videos. You know, you either had a Homelight or a McCulloch, you either had a Steel or a Husqvarna. And anyway, I just wanted here to try a gold, what I consider a quote-unquote gold standard Husqvarna. 435 is a box store saw. This Husqvarna 545, it's a professional saw, but they're sold in box stores, oddly enough. The 572 is a professional saw, and you know, these two saws have magnesium case and some of those kind of pro features. Spring assist on the 545. It's got decompression on the 572. And I considered the 372xp. It's a legendary saw, the original edition. You'll see it written as 372 OE, original edition. And but they're long gone around here and have been for some time. And I read some negative comments about the 372 XP, you know, the x-torq, where they have a stratified engine, and I guess the piston's a little bit longer and it weighs a little bit more. And some people have had some issues kind of depends on your viewpoint. If you're working on saws and that's all you do, you're going to think the 372 XPs that are stratocharged are trouble. But if you're selling the broad range of Husqvarnas, the failure rate on the 372 I don't think is any more than any other Husqvarna or maybe any other chainsaw. But in the end, I decided to go with a more modern design chainsaw, if that's what this is. I mean, it's got auto tune, and it's, like I said, it's got the decompression and a magnesium case. It's just a really nice saw. I really like the lines on it, and it's got the primer bulb here. And all of my Husqvarnas, I might do a video on it, they all have this kind of stop switch where you push it up, and that's choke. Once it fires, you put it down in that position, and it'll be at a high idle, and then when it fires, you click your trigger, and you're at regular idle, and to shut it off, you push it down. So I have 3 Husqvarna chainsaws. All 3 of them have like controls. I know some of the other ones had like a blue, I don't know if that was the choke button, and a red stop button. I don't really remember. But anyway, so I debated whether or not I should buy one or not, and one of the dealers ran this saw on sale with a significant discount, and I think they might have been an older saw. I'm not sure what the build date on this one is, but my impression is he was passing along pre-tariff prices until he got his new shipment in for 2026, and the savings was significant. And I thought, well, I don't know, I'll just buy it. So I did, and it had a 20-inch bar on it, 20-inch Husqvarna bar, and but I wanted a 24-inch bar, and this bar right here was on I think it was a 592 maybe, or 595. I'm not familiar with the Husqvarna model numbers, but it was a bigger saw than this. 24-inch bar. It's the x-torq light bar. I think he told me it's made by Husqvarna, if that's how you pronounce it. And anyhow, I just thought, well, you only live once, so you might as well go ahead and get it. And then these saws right here, this McCulloch and Poland, they're more like hobby saws. This is a hobby saw too. I mean, it's going to be nice in the big wood, but we could have got by with the Echo. However, I'm not taking these to the woods necessarily with the idea that they're going to save the day. And so I've got a couple of boys, and maybe we want a couple of chainsaws with long bars on them to work, to work up some of these big tree trunks. And it's just fun, having more than one person out there with a chainsaw and chit-chatting and that kind of thing in regards to, this saw does this and this saw does that. But anyway, 3/8 chain, 24-inch bar. It's got a replaceable tip on it. 2 bar nuts. Let's see if I can get this thing flipped around here. It's about a 14.5 pound saw, so it's, compared to a McCulloch 610, it's a lightweight saw. But this Poland right here, it's like a 12-pound saw, and I'm talking about power head only. But it's got captive bar nuts. When you take the cover off, the chain brake doesn't come off with it. I think this is a magnesium cover. I don't think that's plastic. I really like, let me come right back. So it remains to be seen if I like this Husqvarna more than I like my steel chainsaws. I've got, I don't have a steel chainsaw this big, but I have an 038 Super that's like 66.5 cc's. This one's 71, and I've had that saw for so long, and I bought it new. It's been a great chainsaw. If I never pull the rope on it again, it has delivered the mail for me. But one thing I really like is these Husqvarna filters. I like the way they screw down on there, and they're tight. And you know, people complain about you know, air filters and how well they filter out. Just a little sidebar here before I put that back on, but you know, and fines getting into the you know, fines getting into the carburetor. But I don't know if the worry about air filters is as big a deal as people make it out. I mean, this McCulloch here, these filters are not very good at all. So anyway, let me come back. All right, continuing on here, I got the cap back on, and just thought I'd show a quick video of this 572xp, and we'll have some more videos of it. We'll be putting it in the wood and running it hard. We got some oak trees, some trunks that are down, and we'll be burying the full barn, just seeing how this thing does, and probably put this thing up against the McCulloch and the Poland and the Poland 245A, put it up against the Echo 610. I have to say that Echo 620P is a torquey saw, and you bury the blade in it, the whole bar, and it seems to pull just fine. And anyway, we'll be doing some side-by-side stuff here. I've got a Poland 330 I just got running, Poland Pro 330 I just got running. It's got a 22-inch bar. We'll be using all that stuff. So that's the video. We'll talk to you later.